The lives of Mellie and Nettie Stanley, Annie Malone, JoAnn Wells, and Kayla Williams haven't slowed down much since the camera stopped rolling on Gypsy sisters, as everything from arrests to divorce to grandchildren have entered their lives since then. Here's a look at what they're all doing now. The eldest of the Gypsy sisters cast, Nettie Stanley seems content to be out of the spotlight. She is focusing instead on her new life as a grandma and mother to 9 kids: Albert, Dallas, Destiny, Chastity, Kat, Heath, Huey, Nucky, and Sheila, according to In Touch. A quick peek of her Instagram shows row after row of pictures of her grandchildren. Her daughter Nucky Williams appears to have just gotten married too. And a poolside bathing suit shot showed that Nettie, who renewed her vows with Huey Stanley towards the end of Gypsy Sisters, has been keeping in pretty good shape, especially after having all those kids. While she posts on social media from time to time now, Nettie retreated from public life after the tragic stabbing of her stepson, Rocky Stanley. In March 2015, TMZ reported Rocky got into an altercation at a YMCA in Kingsport, Tennessee after a basketball game and was ultimately stabbed multiple times. Sadly, he died in the hospital a short time later. Mellie Stanley was the self-appointed black sheep of the Gypsy Sisters cast. But when she had her son in 2013, motherhood made her slow down a little. She told Radar Online, "My mother instincts are kicking up in me, and I'm not going back to my being crazy." Probably a responsible decision, given how earlier in the interview she admitted the pregnancy was the result of a drunken decision. Mellie's definition of going back to crazy may be up for interpretation, however. In 2019, TMZ reported Mellie pleaded guilty to theft by deception and possession of a criminal instrument, both felonies, as part of a massive coupon scam involving Toys R Us and Babies R Us. She received 5 years probation with the requirement that she receive her GED, as well as other rules she must follow. It looks like the situation has left her free to spend more time with the 3 children she has custody of: Richie, Divinity Rose, and Serenity Faye. The latter was born in 2020 and is the product of Mellie's relationship with new man MJ West. The hustle lives hard with Kayla Williams, who since leaving Gypsy Sisters has found other avenues to cash in on her reality TV fame. She's been making paid partnership posts on Instagram with BoomBod, a weight loss shot drink that claims to be a low-calorie appetite suppressant per its website. She's also making custom-designed cell phone cases, judging by some Instagram posts. Williams is also a grandma, and her Instagram is littered with pictures of adorable grandbabies. Among them is her daughter Sissy Williams' son Henry, who came close to tragedy in 2019. TMZ reported the then 1-year-old was getting a bath from his 7-year-old stepsister, who forgot to mix any cold water in with the hot. Henry hit the water and immediately went into shock, receiving second-degree burns and ultimately ending up on a ventilator. He survived, however, after undergoing surgery for his burns. Though middle child JoAnn Wells was once thought of as good-natured, a fine disposition apparently doesn't mean you're above scamming coupons from Target. According to TMZ, Wells linked up with a couple of Target cashiers in December 2013 and conspired to force expired coupons, cash in gift cards, and run fake barcodes to the tune of about $14,700. She ultimately pled guilty to obtaining property by false pretenses and got 24 months probation, in addition to having to repay Target, according to Coupons in the News. Having moved past her criminal and reality TV past, Wells now seems content to stay out of the limelight. She separated from husband Belcher Wells and then got back together with him, though it's unclear if they're still together today.
I'm more excited to be celebrating a divorce party.
Judging by her Facebook page, she used to enjoy posting pictures of herself and occasionally her children, though she hasn't posted in several years now. Annie Malone has had perhaps the most dubious arrest since the end of Gypsy Sisters. In January 2017, she was charged with exploitation of the elderly, obtaining property by false pretense, forgery of an instrument, uttering of a forged instrument, and conspiracy, according to the Roanoke Chewan News Herald. Malone, along with her cousin Jeanette Small and Small's boyfriend Dick Cooper, allegedly performed yard work for an elderly resident of Halifax County, North Carolina. The resident paid them by check, but allowed the trio to fill out the amounts. They allegedly overcharged her nearly $6,000. It was an especially bad look, as Annie had recently posted pictures of a Louis Vuitton bag and Armani sunglasses she'd purchased on a trip to New York. And who was there to post Annie's $400 bond? None other than Mellie Stanley, according to Starcasm. However, In Touch reported that TLC actually coughed up the bail money. At the very least, Annie seems to have moved on, and now also promotes BoomBot on her Instagram page, posting one particularly enthusiastic promotional shot in October 2020.
We always forgive and forget.
Though Annie Malone's bail posting was almost certainly not a publicity stunt, it did cause some to raise the question of why TLC might be bailing out one of its canceled stars, if they did indeed bail her out at all. The rumors may have been fueled by a social media exchange, which began with Nettie Stanley posting a screen grab of a text conversation between herself and Firecracker Films producer Kirsty Smith. The conversation showed Smith saying, "My execs are wanting to move forward and possibly getting you your own show again." This came shortly after Mellie Stanley posted on Facebook via someone else's account. They want all the Gypsy sisters to get together on the Gypsy wedding show and film, and then they want to come back with the Gypsy sisters. None of the Gypsy sisters wants to do it. Neither claim has gained much traction though, as no reboot or spin-off has aired yet. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.